Next tonight, strikes many, many miles away over in Hollywood could see the end, but the repercussions may be not over for us here in Kent. Well, to talk us through the latest update and to find out what else is going on in the world of film, Kent Film Club presenter Chris Deacy joins me now. Chris, thank you so much for joining me. Now, strikes in Hollywood, they've been going on for a long time now. We've been covering it, we've been speaking to you about it. What's the latest update that we've heard today?
So we heard today that the actors' strike will be ending, I think it's a minute past midnight on Thursday. So I think we thought, we were sitting in this very studio in September when the writers' strike ended, and we thought that, you know, gosh, the whole thing would end. But no, so it's now November, and it looks like, well, from Thursday, the strike, which is over, things like AI, ensuring that there's compensation for people working in the industry when their voices are used by artificial intelligence, will all be resolved. So that's very good news.
Why does it matter to us here in Kent? As I said in my introduction, it's so many miles away.
Do you know, I was thinking about this because, of course, the films that we watch, including in cinemas all the way around this county, of course, are often made a million miles away, not quite a million miles away, but also made in this very county, including at, for example, Chatham Dockyard, which is just a stone's throw away from where we are now. So the impact is actually huge, and we keep mentioning the butterfly effect. I'm aware that's now the third time we've mentioned that, but that's kind of what it is. So the impact, of course, is going to affect us because there are filmmakers, actors who haven't been able to promote their films since July.
I think it was millions of pounds we've been impacted here as well. And as you said that, I just wanted to pick up, you were talking about AI, and that was one of the primary concerns surrounding artificial intelligence. How can we look to control AI when it seems something that can increasingly get more independent and start to creep in and take over a little bit? Is there a sense that we need to control it now?
Well, there's always that sense. I remember the Gladiator film, Ridley Scott's in 2000, after the death of one of the actors. And of course, they used a montage of former images and voices of the actor concerned, Oliver Reed. So there are always going to be ways that the industry will make do when they're not able to use the live action of an actor or star. But of course, we now find ourselves in the position where AI is able to go much further than that, and actually you'll find that actors may actually sometimes say, hang on a minute, I didn't authorize this use. Nicolas Cage said that about a recent film where he was used in like a spoof of a film that he almost made 2 decades ago, which was one of the Batman films, the Superman films, that he didn't actually make. And he was like, hang on a minute, you know, that's it looks like he's in this film that he didn't make. So I think the implications of the industry are huge, which is why this strike has impacted, and the actors are saying, you know, we need to have something in place to protect them for future reference.
And it becomes increasingly hard to sort of realise when they are so famous and we see them on our screens all the time. How are we deferring what they've agreed to and whatnot? It's an interesting conversation we keep bringing up. Now, something else I wanted to ask you about, video games being turned into films. It's something we've all seen. Nintendo, Sony have announced The Legend of Zelda being made into a live action film now. Tell me about that transition from video game to film. How does that happen?
Well, I remember it was in 1993 that the Super Mario's live action film was made with Bob Hoskins, and it didn't go down very well. I'd say it was a complete, you know, misfire on many levels. And I think that Nintendo were very careful over the years to make sure that their very popular video games could translate into films, or they wouldn't make them. But I think things have changed. The Super Mario Brothers film, the animated version, which was made in the last year or so. Also, of course, the Jim Carrey film, the Sonic the Hedgehog, that has also showed that these films can make money, the Pikachu films as well. So I think that they're realizing that, of course, there's a mismatch between video games, when the player is interactive, and films, where often, of course, you have the sort of the single narrative structure. So I think there are clever ways through technology, maybe even AI, to try and get around that impasse.
It's a very interesting conversation and one we will continue to talk about, and of course a quick nod to Kent Film Club, which is on every Thursday. We'll be back again next week. Thank you so much, Chris, for your time today.
Thank you, Abby.